I'm with Greg Stewart, the President and CEO of Farm Credit Canada. Welcome, Greg. Good
Thanks,
to have you.
thanks very much, Kim.
Farm Credit has a very extensive research department. You're monitoring every year and every day almost what farmers are saying. What are farmers, and what's the mood of farmers these days, and what's happening with agriculture?
Well, the mood of farmers today, I'm very pleased to say, is very optimistic. Producers are feeling very good about their future and the future of agriculture. We have a vision panel. We have a 9,000 member vision panel made up of customers and non-customers, and we survey them. And in our most recent survey, 8 out of 10 producers believe that their farm or agribusiness is going to be better off 5 years than it is today. And in that same survey, 77% believe that they're better off today than they were 5 years ago. And those are both all-time highs. And so the optimism is there, which is nice to see.
And is that young and old?
Yes. And that's young and old in all sectors too. There certainly are industries that are struggling. I mean, if we look at the hog sector right now, they've been through some tough times.
Now, do you survey consumers?
We did do a survey of the general public, and the interesting thing there, I would say, is that they don't believe that farmers could be optimistic about their future. In fact, the vast majority of those surveyed, felt that producers would be not very optimistic about the future, and that makes me sad, to be honest with you. And we'd like to do something about that to change that attitude.
So this is a concern. The perception of agriculture in the minds of consumers, the general public, is a concern.
Oh, absolutely. If we are going to get the best and the brightest to go into agriculture and be involved in this industry going forward, they need to believe that this is a great place for their children and grandkids and brothers and sisters to be involved in this industry. The future looks bright, and it's a great industry to be involved in, and we need people to hear that story.
So what in your mind needs to be done? What do we need to do?
People in Canada, every year that goes by, people are more removed from the farm, and people don't understand agriculture as much as they used to when we were all on the farm or one generation away. And it's our job as an industry, I think, to portray ourselves in a light which would get respect out there, and the respect that we deserve. And we can't expect, the public to respect ourselves as an industry if we don't respect ourselves first.
So we're going to have to hold a mirror to ourselves every once in a while and say, hey, are we portraying the right image?
Absolutely.
And what's the key message that we should be saying to the general public?
Never has Canadian agriculture mattered more to Canada and the world than it does today, and that this is a great industry filled with great people doing great things and making a real difference in this country. Agriculture and agri-food is Canada's largest employer. 2.2 million people work in this industry. And I don't think people know that. And we contribute a significant amount to the GDP and all of that stuff. This industry matters a lot to Canada, and we need to make sure people know that.
And what happens if we don't sell that? What happens if we don't tell that story? Is there concerns?
Yeah, I'm concerned. I mean, the competition for talent and dollars too for investment down the road is going to continue to get stronger, and we need the best research, the best people, the best skills in this industry. And in order to be successful, people have to believe there's a future. Anybody out there should be thinking that agriculture is a great place to have a career and a life. And there's none better. I honestly don't believe there is.
Now this initiative, this Agriculture More Than Ever, is this a farm credit initiative or is this an industry initiative?
Well, we're the catalyst, so we started it, but it's not about FCC at all. It's about agriculture. At the end of the day, we become a small player in it, to be honest with you. Well, I think we need to communicate to everybody in the industry the consequences of not promoting agriculture.
How will you know if we're winning?
When we see and hear people enrolling in universities and going back to the farm and starting new businesses and enterprises and the tone, in the media and among ourselves and among the public changing about agriculture. I think that's when we're going to know.
What would you tell the youth of Canada on why they should consider agriculture?
The opportunities, I honestly think, are endless in this industry. The opportunities for careers are phenomenal, and the people are great, the opportunities are great, and you're making a difference. I don't know what else could possibly be better.
Well, Mr. Stewart, thank you very much for sharing your thoughts with us. Thank you very much for sharing the passion that you have for agriculture, for farm credit. And thank you very much for taking the leadership to tell the story of agriculture. We have a great story to tell, and it's wonderful that you're taking the leadership to do it. Thank you.
Oh, thanks, Ken.